Hello everyone, welcome to this Video Sans Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield and today I have Billy and Luke with me and we're going to make a video about stripping down this computer. Had you all scared for a moment there, did I? Now,
I need a grown up.
Yeah, I think we all do. So the machine that we have here is another one from the free cycle. Before I get started on this, let me talk to you a wee bit about the mesh. I know that the mesh videos have had a few comments, and I'd like to apologise for uploading it 2 days early. Yes, I'm aware that Windows Millennium Edition was probably a poor choice of operating system, but as it had a COA for said system, that's what I went with. Also, I wasn't aware that the original drive I put in there was a 250 gig. It didn't have its label.
Be right back.
Alright, and also, I did find that one of the memory modules in the mesh was faulty. So I replaced that, and it works a bit better. I mean, it's still a bit crash happy, but yeah, like we've said, that could be down to Windows ME. Also, I've ripped the modem out. So, anyway, this machine. It's not a mesh. It is a Grampian Electronics system. And it's in a case with a carry handle. So, this kind of probably could have been an early LAN party case. What we're going to do is the Advent that I got as part of the bundle in January, we're going to actually put the parts from that into this case. And the reason we're not using the Advent case is because there was no hard disk adapter in that. That does mean that we're going to lose the impressive I/O on the front. But as kind of a slight compensation, I do have a front, an internal card reader that has a USB port coming in the mail. That's actually beige in colour to match the case. So we're going to leave the floppy drive in here. We're going to take out the main board, the hard drive. Hang on, no, there wasn't one in it, was there? Going to take out the main board. We're going to take out the optical drives because these are both CD-ROM and writer drives. I have reason to believe that this will have once housed a much older main board. Due to the configuration of, like, you know, the drives and the fact that the last machine I saw with one of these cases was actually a Pentium 3. It was a Capmai Pentium 3, 450 megahertz, and it had 3DFX graphics. So, I'm going to turn this case round. This cheap looking chrome power supply is also going to be going because it doesn't work. So, to open the case, just release these two tabs, top and bottom, and then slide the panel off. And there we have it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay this down flat, and I'm going to give you all a better angle. But first, I'm going to take the other side off as well. Well, I need to unscrew it. And then I'm going to try to take the top off, because I believe that the power supply, you're supposed to lift it out of the top. And this machine is... Whoops. Now the board in this machine does work. It's a socket 478 board with a Northwood 1.7 gigahertz Celeron in it. And I could keep the machine as it is, but I really fancy kind of setting it up as a... I really quite fancy upgrading it to the Advent board. That's a socket 775 board. And I feel that it would make quite a good Linux Mint box. Which means it could actually be used for basic tasks today. I think, and that is brilliant. You know, I can eke. Using Linux distributions, I can actually eke life out of older computers. And one of my sets of screws just went missing as that fell down. Great stuff. Oh no, found it. So, once again, what I can do is just kind of release the side panel. And then I'm thinking I'm going to actually have to remove the front panel as well. Oh, congratulations, I get a free screw. So it's a case of kind of pulling tabs at both sides of the case. And then I'll turn it around so you can actually see the front. Sorry, a lot of the case is out of frame. I don't want to break any of these tabs because the front of this case has to go back on. Come on, you. Come on. There we go. And hopefully we can try to get the top off this thing. And there you have it. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of, probably didn't actually need to take the front off actually, but what we'll do is we will just, we'll start taking out some of the components. And I'll take the power supply out first, because then we'll be able to get rid of the cables. And that means we'll be able to work around a wee bit better in the case. This power supply isn't actually connected to anything. That makes it a lot easier for me because I can just remove the screws that are holding it in place. Whoops. And just try and keep all my screws in the one place. Whoops.
So, filming, Jay?
Yep. So far, we've actually taken off the the side panels and the top panel, and we're away to remove this very nice looking yet very quite. Oh dear.
What?
The label on this power supply is a very, very cheap mark.
Oh no.
It's a Trust power supply.
I would not trust that.
Well, considering that when I powered it up, like you guys were there and I powered this thing up and it didn't work. Well, Billy was.
Oh yeah. Hey, because one of y'all take over the call? I'm gonna move to my laptop. Yep.
Yep. Okay, so this is a power supply. Very kind of nice looking chrome. Oh, hello. I'm here. My hair on the wrong way around. The trust label. Seriously, that's that has got to be that's got to be the nicest looking PSU label I've ever seen. But it's in a case that has no window. Why would I need that? It's a 420 watt dual fan model. Sorry, was a 420 watt dual fan model. Yeah, that'll be getting a Viking funeral. Oh, and I lied. This was connected to things. I just couldn't see it. Okay. Now, I guess what we can do now is kind of point this at the system. Sorry, I know it's, once again, it's not the most visible thing in the world, but doing the best that I can. Right, okay, so here we have the case, and we've got quite a few cards, including a USB card, SPDIF out, some sort of creative, might be some other my hands feel terrible, sound card. So what we're going to do is we will remove the expansion cards. I'm actually going to need a slightly longer tool. So now I have a longer tool. And no, I did not get it by replying to one of those stereotypical messages one might receive in their inbox. But I need my tools.
See, I came back just in time.
Pardon?
See, I came back just in time.
But I need an even longer tool. Oh yeah, that ought to be long enough for anyone. So what I'm going to do, just unscrew all of these add-on cards. Now the rear USB ports actually connect to the motherboard from the USB header, so I'll keep those in. Actually, well, I'll take them out so I can actually install the board, but I'll keep them in the case. And the SPDIF adapter, that might stay in if the board... Hang on, no, the board has SPDIF on it, so no, that won't stay either. So I'll just disconnect all this. So there you have it, USB ports. These are always useful to have. It's always useful to have some of these around, actually, you know, for testing your motherboard's USB headers. If the front USB ports don't work in your case. I'll disconnect this ribbon cable as well, so that that's out the road. This AGP has this nasty habit of having different ways of releasing cards. And not all completely standard. But some just kind of leave it as a complete mystery as to how you're supposed to do it. Right, I'll get the other cards out first. We'll take a look at them. Oops, I forgot to remove the screw on one of them. So there's the SPDIF out with a mainboard connector. And this is an Ethernet card. Not sure what kind of Ethernet card, but it's there. $56K modem. I think that'll go back in as well. And then a Creative Labs model number CT4810. Can anyone tell me what card that would be? Looks like an older one, actually. And finally, the graphics card. And then once again, I have to see if I can actually remove it. Managed to free the card without breaking it. It's on a red circuit board, and I don't know what it is. But maybe it's an ATI Rage 128 Pro 32 megabyte card. So I think the board was upgraded, but a lot of the older components might have been left in. Here's the card. Actually looks like a slightly newer model because of the red PCB. I'll keep the beige floppy drive in the system. Now all we need to do, remove the front panel headers, and then it's just a case of really now of actually unscrewing the main board. Oh, and it's got those stupid plastic tabs holding it in. Really don't like those. It's a nice looking board as well. Not sure at this point what the board is. I only literally powered on the system for a couple of minutes just to see if it would post. Well, I did that once I'd weeded out the power supply fault. This board is actually full ATX. Oh, and it's got a blow-tee cap on it. Well, I guess it's a good thing after all that I'm actually stripping this machine down. this board gets to go in the bucket. Which I'm sure will be a privilege and an honour for it. And because it's going to be a privilege, the board will have to check it. It has the bloaty caps privilege, guys. I mean, that was just it with mid-2000s electronics. Nothing worked right. Even though the capacitor epidemic was due to something that went on in the 90s. I mean, everything in the 2000s just was either overheated or caps blew. Oh, another bloaty cap there, and there. And there, and there. And there. Luckily, it's all it's all solid state ones up by the CPU. But most of the electrolytics on this board are domed.
Sounds like the capacitors need some kind of spoon-fed yogurt.
Aye. Feeling awful. Yeah. So it's now just a case of trying to wrestle with these flaming plastic tabs. Done it. And the IO shield just fell out. That's good. And here's the old board. Let's see if I can. So you've got 1, 2 CNR slot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 PCI slots and an AGP slot. Some RAM, a 512 meg stick, and another stick hiding behind the 512 meg stick. ODI Platinum kind of chippy setty thing. Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll take the heatsink off. It's a nice Cooler Master model, and I will take the processor off of the board. So, oh, and I'll help myself to the CMOS battery. Then this board will be cleaned, and it will go on my, because it looks like a nice board, it will join the other two on my bedroom wall. No! Yeah, I'm just kind of laughing at how this IO shield fell out of the case, literally, as I pulled the board out. So here it is. Piece of crap. Yeah. Right. The floppy drive is staying, because it matches the case colour. The floppy drive from the Advent was silver, which is nice, but I actually have a silver case that the floppy drive could instead inhabit. And it would have been nice to have a silver bezeled floppy drive for the 2006 custom built, which was silver. So, I don't need my elongated tool now. So I'll just go back to my regular size tool. I've just realised there's no floppy disk drive cable. So, I'll have to find one. So, now we're back up with the optical drives. As I said before, both of these drives will come out. Because I'm planning to replace them with DVD-ROM, and it's now just a case of undoing these screws. And pulling out the drives. So, I think I will do that actually off camera. Because, I mean, you know what it kind of looks like to unscrew a drive. So I'll come back to you once the case has been stripped down of all the parts I want to strip away from it. Okay, so we've got the drives unscrewed. So now we just need to kind of pull them out. Yep. You know, because you ever found it difficult to pull out at the end the optical drives when taking apart a system? Normally it would be easy. You'd think it'd be a lot easier to pull out after taking apart a system, the optical drives.
What kind of video am I in again?
It's a family-friendly video about taking apart a computer. Any questions? Anyway. Anyway. So this is the system now, completely apart. Well, not completely. Like I said, the floppy disk drive is still there. I hope it works. And in the next video, what I will be doing is I will be rebuilding the system with the Advent motherboard and some uprated parts. But off camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack this case with some wet wipes, and then afterwards we'll fit the new motherboard. We'll see if it all goes, and if it does, we'll put Lunix Mint on it. If not, I have another idea. So, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to subscribe. Follow me on YouTube, and like us on Facebook. And follow me on Twitter. Guys, have you got any last comments before we head off?
Yes.
Good. What might those be?
Yes.
Excellent comment. Really contributed to the conversation.
Now, for me, what I have to say is, I'm not sure if this was a computer video or not. I hope it was.
Oh, don't worry, Billy, it was a computer video. There's a computer in it, there was a motherboard, there was a graphics card, there was a modem card, there was an Ethernet card, there was a sound card, and there might have been a 3.5-inch floppy.
Jay, please stop.
Disk drive, Billy, disk drive! You know, I'll demonstrate for the good people I'll demonstrate for the good people who are watching this. Here is a 3.5-inch floppy. Here's my personal 3.5-inch floppy. It's my Windows 95 boot floppy. I can put the floppy into the slot at the front of the machine and can pull it out. I'm really sorry if I've actually offended anyone. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. In the next one, I promise will be a lot more family friendly. So, I hope you all join me for my next video. Thank you for watching this one. Cheery bye.